Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I am sailing a laser standard for the second time ever. Here we were just doing a bit of training and then we did some mini races at the end. So what you're going to see is just me doing a mini race and just like seeing how well I can sail a laser standard, because hopefully at the end of this year I'll be sailing laser standards full time and hopefully be sailing them in nationals and worlds as well. So let's hop straight into the video. So here I'm just untangling my main sheet, just get ready for the start, because you don't want your main sheet to be tangled up when you've reached that top mark and it's all tangled up. So just making sure it was all untangled. And now I'm just waiting for the 3 minutes and doing all my start prep. So there I just practiced like a trick pull start, and now I'm just going back around to get ready for that actual start now. So he just pushed me up head to wind. It doesn't really bother me, because if he pushes me up to wind, that means he's head to wind as well, so that'll just slow him down. So I pull my boom towards me to bear it away quicker, because I'm almost over the line. Not quite, almost. Put a bit of kicker on to do my trigger pull. Hold my boat to leeward. Put on my main sheet and flatten my boat and squeeze the rest of the main sheet in. So in this weather, you either want to keep your boat completely flat, you want to keep your boat completely flat in any sort of weather, but in these conditions you can heel your boat a little bit to leeward slightly, but I have enough wind to keep my boat dead flat. So I didn't want to duck this person, because I want to stay in the middle of the course, because if I go completely one side I'm just gonna lose places, because it's very, very shifty. So you see all the other people bang left, bang right. That doesn't really work in this lake. You have to stay in the middle and just tack on every single shift and every single piece of pressure that you can find. So at the moment I'm probably about mid-fleet. I think there's about 7 of us. So I also have one foot over my foot strap and one foot under my foot strap, so it's easier and quicker if I want to tack, and also it's easier to put your body weight into your boat and out to your boat, so you can use your shoulders more. Instead of using your bum, you can just use your shoulders instead. Messed that roll tack up a little bit, but that doesn't really matter. So I'm getting ready for the mark riding, so I took off my downhaul and outhaul a little bit. Now I take off my kicker as I round the mark. And I change my kicker setting and lift up my dagger board. And then I change my outhaul again for the second time. And you want your kicker quite loose, you want your leech to flick quite a lot. If your leech isn't flicking, it means your kicker's too tight. And I lifted up my dagger board a little bit higher there than normal. So in light winds like this, that's the max height for my dagger board. If it's stronger winds, it goes down to compass height. So you can see I'm zigzagging a little bit toward the pressure, not that much at the moment, but now I start to zigzag quite a bit. You can lose quite a lot of places, so if you catch every single one you can like get a lot more boat speed, but it means you have to sail extra distance, but you're getting extra power, so you're getting more boat speed in a way. And also look at the angles I'm sailing it out. You want to get out of your comfort zone and sail at angles that you don't really sail at, and the hill, you want to get used to like sailing on the edge. Like you want to get out of that habit of like sailing in the middle with your boat flat and just have your sail set at one setting. So there I'm just zigzagging to every piece of pressure I can find. Like I'm looking behind me to find it, and then you have the lasers behind me trying to cover me, especially the middle laser behind me. And also we're all sailing laser standard, so this race is all fair, it all comes down to the sailor. So I sped it up a little bit because you don't want to be bored of me zigzagging. But you can see I'm zigzagging like anywhere between like 60 degrees to like 80 degrees. And I'm sailing by that lead quite a bit as well. And then I'm doing something that I like calling walking the ropes, so I'm using very tiny hand movements. So now I'm in second place and I'm just trying to overtake this next boat. But you can see I'm using very small gentle movements. I'm literally just putting my body weight on my tippy toes. See my bum lift up, and then I'm just on my tippy toes. So I'm using very small movements, and then I'm walking my main sheet as well. So what I'm doing is I'm covering this boat in front of me in first place, and all of a sudden I realised the wind shifted. No one really else did. Until I did, and then they all realised. But what I did here, I tried to react quite quickly, but also stay calm at the same time. Because if you don't stay calm, that's where you can lose places. See the laser behind me, he's like rushing a little bit too much. And then I moved as far up as the boat as possible to get the back of my boat out of the water, so I have the least amount of friction in my boat. Everyone else isn't doing this, so they have quite a bit of friction still, but because I did that, it made me go faster because I had less friction, and it made me gain about 3 or 4 boat lengths in front of everyone. So now I'm in first place by quite a bit. So what I have my back foot underneath my foot strap, and I have my other foot underneath my bum. So I'm sitting on one of my feet and my other foot's in the foot strap. So if the wind does pick up, I can easily just scoot back into the middle of the cockpit. And also with that back foot underneath the foot strap, it's easier to lift the back of the boat up as well. So now I put a tiny bit of downhaul just to get rid of creases, you don't want it too much. And when I'm doing my muck rounding as well. First thing to put on is my kicker. And then I should probably adjust my outhaul. If I do. I think I did a tiny bit, not that much. All my settings are set for radial because that's what I normally sail, so my sail may look a bit more baggy than normal. There we go, I put a bit more downhaul on as well to get rid of my creases. But that's quite a bit excessive of outhaul. I should have put a little bit more outhaul on because some of that wind's probably getting caught in the sail. But that's just my fault, I just haven't really sailed standards that much, so I just need to get used to that. So to keep the boat flat, I'm literally just using my shoulders. Literally, until my body goes completely flat, that's when I will start to move my bum out a little bit. But I use my shoulders mostly. I don't really hike out properly. See there? I hiked out just flat with my back and I didn't put out my legs at all. Taking off my controls, so downhaul first, outhaul I left, I'm pretty sure. I know I took it off a little bit. And then I took off my kicker last. And then I bared around this mark, took a bit more kicker off. And then I jibed straight away to sail by the lee as quickly as possible. My main sheet was caught up a little bit there. Before the mark I should have checked if my main sheet wasn't tangled. I normally do that, but for some reason I didn't check. Silly me. So here I was just zigzagging slightly, ever so slightly, to where the wind was coming from, and then all of a sudden the wind dropped even more. So then I stopped zigzagging and I just sailed by the lee. And then I put my dagboard down first, then outhaul and downhaul, and then my kicker last. And then went around this mark, use big armfuls. You don't want to use little dinosaur arms, you don't want small arm movements, you want big armfuls of main sheet pulled in. So yeah, I could put a bit more outhaul on, not too much more, but yeah. That's why I can point as high, because if you look at this laser behind me, number 3, they can point a little bit higher than me, and I think it's because of my outhaul. By this lake, I could be like going downwind and they could be going downwind at complete opposite ends. So I have my boat hilled on top of me a little bit. That's not really bad, but you want it dead flat. I should have put my bum in a little bit, but obviously I was going to tack, so I didn't really need to. So I didn't really lose that much. So now you can see I'm using my shoulders again to flatten my boat and make sure my boat is flat properly. Almost at the top mark, I took off my outhaul, and then I thought I wasn't going to make it, but I held the boat on top of me just to get that last little bit to get around the top mark. So I moved further up towards my boat to get some of the back of the boat out. To get some of the boat out of the water for less friction, to go slightly faster. But here I'm constantly like changing main sheet angle because the winds keep on shifting slightly and the pressure's really dropping, so I just make sure I just keep on changing my main sheet. And at this point I have kept my place all the way across the course, so it proves you don't need a good start to finish first. As long as you have a half decent start, you can always finish first. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video until the end if you did. If you have any video ideas that you want me to do, don't forget to put them in the comments down below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications to tell you when I next upload a new video. And stay safe, keep sailing, until next time, see you out on the water. Peace.